Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Newly Markets Podcast. It is Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. The U.S. stock market has been closed right now for about an hour and a half. I'm definitely a little bit behind the regular time. I like to do this each day, but um, rough day for the indexes. But interestingly enough, for almost every trade we have open right now, every trade that we're working on right now, I would say it was a pretty good day. I mean, if you just, I'm gonna, I'm gonna refresh this and then I'll come back to it in a minute. But Nvidia finished the day a little bit to the upside. Walmart had a really good day. Caterpillar had a good day. On the triple play side of things, both Palo Alto Networks and Coin both had really good days. I think Amazon is the only company that we're currently involved in a trade in that did not fare so well. So, quickly to summarize, and I know most of you are well aware of this, that the Dow ended almost 400 points to the downside. S&P not too bad, less than 0.2% down, only down 13.5 points, and the Nasdaq only down 0.1%, down 24 points. So these weren't too bad. The Dow took a pretty good hit. The other two indexes not so bad. And if we were to pull up our watch list of companies, folks, let me do this first. Realize I wasn't signed into that. But if we were to pull up our watch list of companies, and even more specifically, if we looked at the companies that we trade, here you can see, let me clear these other marks off the screen real quick. Here you can see Coin up 4%, 971, and it's above the $252 mark that we need it to be above to guarantee us profit. Now we got to watch this one closely. I held off a day on closing this. We've got to watch it closely, because if it doesn't follow up tomorrow with a little bit more movement to the upside, and in aftermarket trading, it's up more. It's up another 2.25. So that's a really good sign. But we'll watch it closely tomorrow morning. If it's not up a little bit more tomorrow, we might just have to bail out of the trade really quickly. But Johnson & Johnson, I exited today with a nice profit. It's bounced from where, or not Johnson & Johnson, I'm sorry, JP Morgan. Sorry, JP Morgan. I got out of JP Morgan today with over a 15% profit. I know some people got out with around 10%. That looked really good by the end of the day. Palo Alto Network, wish they would have been up a little bit higher than this. They did finish 85 cents above the 190 mark. And if they stay above 190 for very long, we'll see our a profit, if not our full profit in that. After market, Palo Alto Network, they've given up about 14 cents of that. Nothing to worry about too much. But then Nvidia, after trading down for the better portion of the day, Nvidia managed to finish to the upside. Not a lot, 87 cents, 0.5%, but we'll take it. And then, like I mentioned, Walmart had a good day, up another 2%, and Walmart is looking really good. So we go over here to our trades. We're still in the negative on Nvidia for the year, but Amazon were actually, positive for the year in spite of kind of a crappy sell-off today. Walmart, we're looking really good now. And our Caterpillar trade, 24.67%. If you haven't already got out of Caterpillar, it's close enough to 25%. You might want to take it and get out. Although Caterpillar is doing so well right now, I don't see much of a chance that in the next few days, regardless of what data comes in, it's hard for me to believe Caterpillar is going to come back down and drop below $600. It would literally have to come down $37 in the next few days. I know Caterpillar is capable of moving that much in a single day. I just don't see it happening. So I think we're in good shape on that. It's one, Caterpillar is one that, honestly, if you wanted to stay in Cat and let it get its full maximum possible profit at the end of the week, I don't think that would be a bad move. Like with other things, you got to keep a close eye on it and make sure it doesn't, start to do an ugly reversal. It could certainly move 37 points in 3 days. I just don't think it's going to do that. I think momentum is on its side. I think it's going to stay strong. Amazon, the only one of our open trades that did not fare well today. But yesterday and today, I think it's a little bit of profit taking. I mean, this is a very steep, aggressive move to the upside. I told you I thought Caterpillar a couple days ago. I said I thought Caterpillar might get up to 250 and then struggle to break through 250. It got close yesterday. It even was trading a little bit in the green today early on, but then it dipped all the way down by 240 and then finished a little bit off that low. Not too worried about it. I mean, it might now come down and test 240 another time, but Amazon as a good stock to own right now. It's a good long term trade that we're in. I'm not worried about Amazon in the least. So all in all, things are looking good. Our collar trades are all looking good right now. We do need to adjust Applied Digital. We on the collar trade side of things, we had this set to go through earnings, but we now have long puts that expire at the end of this week. Applied Digital gave up a little bit today. They didn't have a great day. I can't remember how much they were down, but they were definitely down a little bit today. 3 almost 4%. But again, a really similar pattern to Amazon. There's a steep run to the upside. They got back up close to 40. A little bit of profit taking today. Not anything that I'm too worried about. I think what they might do now is bounce off of 35 as a support level and maybe range in between 35 and 40 just a little bit, kind of like they did right in here. I think they might range in there, maybe even more like they did here, just maybe a week, sort of some back and forth in between that 35 and 40. And then I honestly think they're going to break through 40. I really do. A good company, strong company. I think the future is bright for Applied Digital. Adam Johnson, who is a regular on the Stuart Varney show on Fox Business News in the morning, he's picked this stock being over $100 a share before the end of the calendar year. And I got to tell you, I think he's right. I think it will. I think it will go there. I think there's a very good chance. So all in all, looking really good on all these open trades. I will make an adjustment to the collar trade for Applied Digital. You can see we're still profitable. In fact, we're nicely profitable, even though it gave up a little bit today. We've got 5 cents of value left in these long puts. Tonight or tomorrow morning, I'll send out an adjustment. We'll roll the puts out, get them up closer to the money, probably just for the immediate future, for the next week or two, probably leave these 40 strike short calls where they're at. If they bounce a couple of times and don't push over 40 really quickly, I'd like to get a little closer to the expiration of those 40 strike short calls and kind of let that go. So the adjustment initially will probably just be a rollout of the long puts, and then we'll roll short calls when the time comes. So that's what's going on today. Not a lot more to report. I'm not too worried about today's sell-off. I think people are a little bit worried about what's going on in Iran. I think there's some concerns. This canceled meeting with Iran, telling protesters there that help is on the way. I think a lot of people, myself included, are a little bit concerned about more military action in other parts of the world. Some of it may be necessary, and I certainly would like to see the protesters in Iran get help. I'd like to see that regime get overthrown there. I don't know how much I want the U.S. involved in it. I mean, I think it was the right thing to do when we took out their nuclear facilities a few months back, but involvement beyond that, I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll see how this pans out the next few days, but not a big deal. The profit taking today, which I think is more what it was today, not a major thing. I thought the markets would react more positively to a somewhat tame inflation number. The CPI, we'll get the PPI data tomorrow and see if that helps the markets more than the CPI data did today. And we'll just kind of take it from there. So all in all, in spite of the indexes being down, our trades, good day, good solid day. So we'll take it. All right, I'm going to sign off right there. Hope you had a good Tuesday. I'll be back closer to the close of the market when I do the podcast tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.